Hey, what's up? Welcome to my complete guide to the standard 5-star character, Yanqing. In this guide, we'll be covering how to build and where to use him. Yanqing is a 5-star ice hunt character whose main strength is insanely large single target damage. One of his greatest strengths is being able to freeze enemies and also be incredibly easy to build due to so much free crit chance in his skill set. His first skill, Frostthorn, is a simple single target attack. His skill, Darting Ironthorn, deals a large amount of damage and activates Soulsteel Sync for 1 turn. Yanqing's ultimate, Amidst the Raining Bliss, increases his crit chance by a huge amount, and if affected by Soulsteel Sync, increases his crit damage as well, and then does a huge single target attack. His talent, One with the Sword, has a million lines of text, but basically what it boils down to is when he has Soulsteel Sync, he's less likely to be attacked, has increased crit chance, and increased crit damage with a large chance to do a follow-up attack that can also freeze after his skill. Finally, his technique out of combat is the One True Sword. When used, he deals additional damage if the enemy has half or more of their health bar for 2 turns. Next are his main traces. His first trace causes him to do additional damage if the enemy has an ice weakness. His second trace gives him effect resistance when he has Soulsteel Sync for debuffs. His final trace causes him to gain increased speed after he crits. Yanqing's Eidolons give him additional damage when attacking a frozen enemy, increasing his energy regen with Soulsteel Sync active, increasing his skill level by 2, increasing his damage penetration when at high health, increasing his ultimate level by 2, and if his ultimate kills an enemy, it extends his ultimate buffs for an extra turn. It's recommended that you use his light cones Sleep Like the Dead or Swordplay, as both increases damage by quite a bit. However, Swordplay is a 4-star and is much easier to utilize if you don't have Sleep Like the Dead or any duplicates of it. Yanqing's main relics are the Hunter set. This set causes his ice damage to increase and critical damage after ulting. The best secondary set would most likely be one that increases either damage or crit rates such as Celestial Differentiator or Space Ceiling sets. As for what main stats Yanqing wants, he focuses only on damage and basically nothing else, and he also gets a ton of free crit chance, so you can focus mostly on crit damage for his body armor and either speed or attack on his boots. As for substats, he should be focusing on more crit damage, speed, and attack. Go figure. Yanqing is definitely one of your main damage dealers and has many advantages that some other damage dealers might not have. One of his greatest strengths is that he automatically has a crazy amount of crit chance from his passive and ultimate, making him super easy to build even from the start of the game. His damage is incredibly high and even has a freeze mechanic built in, making him able to support the team a little if he can land a freeze. Yanqing's talent also allows him to get attacked less, making him relatively safe into most fights. His boss fighting capabilities are easily among the top of single target damage dealers, and he'll probably see a lot of use. One of his downsides is that he loses Soulsteel Sync when he's attacked, and against area damage it can be easy to be hit. He also has no area damage of his own, making him amazing versus bosses, but not able to deal with additional enemies or clear waves all that fast. Additionally, he doesn't build effect hit rate, making him unlikely to freeze some enemies that have resistance. It's also possible that he could eventually be power crept later on in the endgame, as he's very strong damage and has an extra freeze, but he doesn't really do anything super special or unique. But as for right now in the game, I would definitely say that he's a high damage dealer with some useful utility, and he's going to be amazing early game all the way into endgame. That's all for now. I hope that this video helped you in some way. Don't forget to like the video or subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you next time.